Okay.
Okay. How you feel?
I'm doing okay, man.
You fasting today?
I'm fasting. I haven't skipped a day yet, which is good for me.
Good for you, man. That's not easy.
You know, because the last couple of years have been a little tough for me. So
health-wise.
yeah. So I'm excited. Not only am I fasting, I feel like I'm trying to not overdo it, but at the same time,
What do you mean overdo it?
I went to jiu-jitsu while I was fasting.
Yeah, that's overdoing it. Okay. Yeah, you're right. Don't overdo it.
But I didn't go on Tuesday. I didn't go on the weekend where it's in the morning.
Yeah.
I just went at like the 6 o'clock class. So by the time you come home, you can go eat.
You got to go with a fasting person.
I tell them, hey man,
I don't think they understand.
I'm fasting.
I try to tell people. I don't think they get it.
They don't get it?
You got to feel it.
Yeah, that's true.
They're like, hey, if you do something kind of annoying, I might yell at you. And I don't want to because I'm fasting.
Yeah.
So
Here's another problem.
tell me.
People who smell weird.
Yeah, always. But more so when you're fasting because your
Yep.
sense of smell is heightened.
Yep.
Oh, man.
It's gross.
Yeah.
And at the end of class, some guy's like, hey man, I just want to try this real quick.
And they get their armpit. They're like, let me do this cross face with my armpit. And you're like, I don't want to eat for 4 days now, dude.
Yeah, it's a little gross.
You made me lose my appetite and I was fasting. How'd you do that?
But anyway, they're nice people.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Yo, it's a mixed bag.
It is a mixed bag.
It's a mixed stinky bag.
But you kind of like, by the time you go in for a little while, you kind of know who to avoid and who to roll with and stuff.
I still wish you could move like while praying at Isna.
Yeah.
I still have that where a guy will burp. I was like, this guy's Lebanese. You can smell it. You can tell everything he's had today. You're like, this guy's had biryani. I wish you could just like, while praying.
Yeah. You could just like exit out.
Just exit out and be like,
Yeah, praying. Look, I love this now. I love Tarawih. But my enjoyment level is strongly predicated on having the two right people beside me. Right?
It's true.
I'm a little too picky about my whole. I like to stand still.
Yeah.
My days of swaying are long behind me.
Right.
When I was a child, I used to sway and itch and move and like scratch one leg with the other leg.
Oh my God.
That type of thing.
I see it.
That used to be me when I was young. But now I stand still.
Yeah.
Like you're supposed to. Like you've trained yourself a little bit.
Yeah.
Just like over the course of how many years that you've been praying.
Of course.
And now you've learned that you can stand still.
I once put my foot on top of the kid beside me on his foot because he kept scratching his other foot with it. And I know that probably invalidates my prayer, but it was that annoying.
Yeah.
Is that I was like, dude, mosquito didn't bite you while we were here.
Right.
Just stop it. Stop fidgeting.
And so now I got another problem.
What is it?
Because the thing is that not only do you want to stand beside someone that doesn't sway, doesn't move, doesn't fidget, also doesn't smell weird,
Right.
doesn't burp weird.
Yeah.
Also, if you burp, people, listen, we talk about this every season.
It's true.
I'm going to keep talking about it.
Yeah.
If you burp,
This episode is brought to you by this public service announcement. Go, Yasin.
if you burp, you blow it straight up. It's like imagine if you took a pull on a cigarette,
Right.
and you didn't want to just exhale it and it just like in front of your face. When you open your mouth and you let the smoke come out and it's just like a cloud in front of your face. Imagine that you're avoiding that.
Right.
So you blowing it straight up.
Actively.
Right.
Like go. Yeah.
And don't just blow a little bit.
No.
Blow until like the air that's coming out of you is also slightly fresher.
Right.
So like you're pushing it out and above. That's what you do. That's what you do for the people who are standing beside you. Because listen, I ate sushi yesterday, and I love the taste of sushi.
Who doesn't?
Right.
Yeah.
And the thing is that burping sushi is not as bad as burping a bunch of other things.
Yeah. You have to also realize that farts and burps, food has got inside of you and it's breaking down with stomach acid. Nothing good is happening. If you don't think your burps smell, dude, they smell.
They smell.
It's this food decomposing in your stomach.
Right.
It's a sticky situation.
So blow that shit straight up so that the people beside you can go on enjoying their prayer.
Right.
Because that's the only reason why we showed up at the mosque in the first place. Like the paramount reason was for us to just pray.
Right.
That's it. And so if you can make it easy on everyone else beside you, then you should do that.
The common misconception is people don't think their burps smell. But if I could tell whose burp I smelled, I would Yeah, it bothers the crap out of people.
It's a problem.
Yeah. You would get some
Right.
Were you there yesterday when the imam was like, whoever parked in my parking
Oh yeah, that was
Chevy Malibu, license plate number this and this.
Come find me and you can apologize.
Yeah.
That was wicked.
Cool. I feel like that with burps. I was like, whoever burped, I'm one of you 6 assholes.
One of you had a Bahari kebab.
Yes.
And whoever went to barbecue tonight, come say sorry to me. That's also the case. So that's why I like to at the very least pray beside one friend, so I don't have to worry about the other side.
You called me over. I was like, all right.
Yeah.
Over.
Yeah, I try to like, is you or Zia or Ali, I try to like buffer.
I like to get in between taller people because generally no one's farting, right?
Right.
You gotta go wudu. There's gonna be a swimming pool in there and like kids that don't know where their parents are.
Yeah.
Well, burping is really the big problem.
You're different altitude.
Yeah, so I had you and this black dude to my left, and I was like, perfect. These guys burp. It's not gonna come down here.
No.
Hot air goes up. So
Also, I'm a big proponent of blowing the burp upwards.
Oh
so
yeah,
no one's gonna
you.
smell that.
I see you, son.
Yeah, sometimes I mean conversation.
Yeah. That's how I learned you do that. I didn't even know what that was. I mean, what's he doing? Is he okay? Is there a ghost I don't see?
Just blowing off on the side. Yeah, those are big things. Some of this, you also get into a lot of run-ins with old uncles and their rear ends. Expand on that.
No, that wasn't. It's not normal. I had it happen yesterday, just out of.
I'm just letting you know. The last time this happened was also during Ramadan.
So sometimes, like an uncle in front of you is gonna try to get up, and he's gonna hit you in the face with their butt because we're all getting up at the same time.
Yes,
that's somewhat understandable. Somewhat.
Right.
This transgression was all on me. We ended 2 rakah.
Yeah.
I saw my buddy Ali in front of me. 4 people over, right? I see a friend 4 people over. I want to go ahead and be like, hey, salam, let's go back to praying, right?
Right.
I start reaching. When I start reaching, my hand hasn't reached the final form it's going to be when you touch somebody. It's not flat. It's still getting there. And this older dude, 3 people over, one prior to Ali, he gets up with gusto, right? Because he doesn't have good quad strength.
Right.
And his butt intercepts my hand.
Right. I like how you phrased it.
Right. At first, I was like, my hand hit. No, his butt met my hand halfway to Ali, and I hit him right in between the butt cheeks with like a judo chop hand. That's the angle I was at. And soon as I made contact, soon as I made contact, I pulled away and acted like I'm not even I remember getting ready to pray. But this guy looked around, and he kept looking around. Right. Even when the guy said,
"Allah Akbar," he's
like, "Who touched my butt? Somebody tell me who touched my butt."
Oh boy!
And I just went back to praying, and I felt bad for him. And then the thing is, those 2 rakah ended, and he moved.
Yeah.
He was like, "I don't want to be in danger of somebody touching my butt again. I'm out."
That's a weird.
I felt bad. I did that. I ruined those 2 rakahs for him.
Yes, he's not thinking. he's not thinking about that.
He can just feel somebody reach into his butt for a second, and he doesn't know who. There was a kid beside me that could have been the culprit, or this other guy. But
that was funny.
I felt horrible, but I also
subsequent stories are amazing.
Those 2 rakahs are kind of ruined for me as well. It's hard to focus when you're
because now you're workshopping. It's slightly hotter.
You can just feel the fabric of the soft butt and just like,
Oh boy.
Indeed. And then when you called me, I'm like, yeah, I should get out of here. I'm like, let me go by Yasin, where I haven't touched anybody's butt on this.
It's safer. It's safer in my area.
Nobody feels, violated.
Oh man. No, you know what? Despite that,
I would love, since that guy saw the khatib talk about the Chevy Malibu, I would love for that guy, like all of a sudden that guy shows up on the big screen. He's like, whoever touched my butt, come over to me and apologize so I can go back to praying.
Would you do that though? If he did that,
Nah. He needs to get over. He needs to do some therapy. You expect another man to come over and explain to you how he accidentally touched your butt? No, it's not happening. It's not happening. You get over it. That's your problem now. Even when I would tell him, I would be like, see, you came to me. I was reaching for Ali. Right?
Yeah, but he has no rear view mirror. He's just getting up.
I know, but
I know what type of get up you're talking about.
Yeah,
it's the quick transition from sujood to standing up because you have no stability whatsoever on the way.
Yeah, his butt came real quick.
Yeah.
I have good reflexes, bro. I could have gotten out of the way. I'm not trying to touch a butt. I'm not trying to touch a butt. That's not what I'm trying to do. I don't. And for a second, like, did I break my wudu? Whose wudu did I break? Did I break his wudu?
It's gonna be an odd Google.
Yeah.
That's a Google that.
Oh,
that's
I Googled it. It's okay.
That's a Google search you do in incognito mode.
I think if something goes up your butt, you might have broken your wudu. Here, listen. If anything goes in or out of your butt, you've broken your wudu, right? So he should have thought about that. But it didn't say anything about if your finger does this, you're breaking a wudu. I don't think so.
Fair enough. That is, again, that would be a Google search for incognito mode. Right. You don't want your wife to pick up your phone and she's Googling something else, and it just that's the first like autocomplete. The first autocomplete is that you're like, what?
The last thing she's worried about if it broke your wudu or not. She's like, you put your hand on people's butt at the masjid? I was like, baby, his butt.
I'm just trying to meet people.
Yeah, I'm just trying to meet people. Have you heard of?
Oh boy,
we're already shoulder to shoulder, toe to toe.
Man, but anyway.
Anyway, indeed, I don't have anything else I want to say about that.
It's not always fun during Ramadan, and
kinda.
You show up. It's the smell. It's the people. It's the everything.
Kids,
and then you just like.
Did you see a kid eating a?
Feels like home.
Dude, I saw Farah told me about this. Women's section, right?
Yeah.
It's a jungle back there. They're trying to raise children.
Yeah.
Because none of the guys are trying to raise children. Uh-huh. None of the guys are trying to. Most of the children in the men's section are old enough to
they can stand still.
Yeah, and just fidget a bit.
Yeah.
They've got toddlers over there.
Right.
And they've got toddlers beside them in a row of women sometimes.
Yeah.
And my wife was like, it was a lady beside her, and beside him was a baby in a carriage.
Yeah, yeah.
And this baby was just eating like a family-sized bag of Doritos.
Oh, no.
The baby was like 8 months old.
Oh,
and just Doritos all over the face, crumble, just all over the body is Doritos.
That is horrible.
Yeah. Yeah, that's child abuse.
That is child abuse.
Yeah, that is exactly. And like,
I'm so sad.
But who's gonna tell? Who's gonna say, "Hey, sister or brother"? Because I was at a resort. I saw a dude feed a baby a plate of Nutella. A plate of Nutella. Like, this baby was not a year yet. I knew because I was with the baby. Hamza's a baby. I'm like, this baby's about the same size
like,
as that baby.
You hold them side by side.
Like, oh no, this is
you are smaller than this one.
Yeah, and you're not for long because you're eating Nutella and a plate of it.
Yeah,
I saw a brown lady put a Coke can in a baby bottle and gave it to a baby once.
No,
and it took every fiber of my. I was with my in-laws, and immediately I was like, I gotta say something. Mm-hmm. I gotta say something. And Farah was like, please don't. That family did not look like they would be okay with hearing somebody come over and tell them that.
Right.
Because they had 4 kids.
Uh-huh.
At that point, you're like, I lose money. I don't care. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
So,
that's horrible. And the thing is that then, the kid turns out to be like super fat even when he's just young, and then they're like, I don't know, he doesn't eat that much.
Yeah. Oh, it's genetic. It's in the family.
Get the frick out of here.
Yeah. Is the family all drinking Coke? Well, then it is in the family because you bought a family size. Maybe buy a small can size, keep it to yourself.
That's horrible.
Asshole parents. Sorry, it's Ramadan. It's child abuse. It's literally somebody kicked their kid and kept walking.
Right.
It's literally the same to me.
Yeah, because you the internal damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is even worse.
Yes.
This is
because
even
bruises
worse.
heal.
Yeah.
And if they don't see you kicking them, they won't know really that it was you that abused.
Yeah, but this kid doesn't know why. It's like, why do I like sugar so much?
Right.
Right.
Try to kick that habit when you grow older.
Oh man.
Oh my God.
Good luck.
By that time, your thyroid is already messed.
Yeah. You have a taste for things you can't stop. You can't stop.
Too bad. Anyway, I want to say some good things about ISNA.
Tell me.
Number one, they made the sister sections larger.
Yeah, mashallah.
Right. So that was cool. There was a petition that went out earlier, just before pre-Ramadan.
That's right.
And apparently they listened.
Yeah.
And they made it bigger.
That's impressive that they listened.
Yes, but apparently the new guy over there, or the new head, whatever, he's a younger dude or whatever.
Good for him.
Apparently.
Good
anyway, so that's cool. I have yet to pray in the main area just because I like the gym so much.
I like the gym.
Yeah, it's quiet, it's dark, it's dimly lit, the carpets are soft, and if I get the front row, I don't have to worry about like crouching inwards, and I don't have to worry about a butt hitting my face. So
that's true.
There are many positives.
And they have wider carpets now.
Yes. So
they have carpets instead of that rolling paper.
Exactly. So all of those, it's a better thing there. But congratulations to ISNA for making it bigger. Yeah. Also, I was reading a post, and someone was saying, in a time where there's not anyone that's praying, ask someone to take you through a tour through the sister section, so that
That's allowed?
So that yeah, of course it is. For you to know,
Is it allowed for a sister to take a tour of the men's section?
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think
Okay, no problem.
for you to know the privilege that we don't even know that we have, right? Not that I'm just interested to see how small it is, because the thing is that I've never actually been there.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously you can see the sister section is really small. It's only like 3 or 4 rows. I wonder how I should have probably looked before I started talking about this on the podcast.
Probably. I have
how
no
much
idea.
they've made it bigger.
I'll
Like,
say this. I went to the Blue Mosque in Istanbul. The sister section is like a box.
Are you serious? The Blue Mosque,
Yeah, the Blue Mosque.
like the big one.
yeah. Well, you have to realize it was a church, right? We just took over and made it a mosque, and we said sister section this big.
Right, I guess.
And they just take the balconies of sister section. And I was like, man, you traveled to Istanbul, and they put you in a box.
Yeah.
Or like most mosques, like another room altogether. At least in Isna, for the most part, like
It's in the same hall, yeah.
at least it's in the same hall. It's not a whole different condition
Yeah.
where you're like, we'll put you over there behind this.
Yeah,
wall.
what is there any masjid in the GTA that is as good as Isna?
The West Indian, what's that one called?
IMO?
I think so. No, the one on like, man, I forgot the name. My memory in Ramadan is no bueno. My word selection, oh man, there's no way. It's hard to give like even work presentations.
Right.
Because I'm like just using childish words. No, it's true. I can't.
I don't know. It doesn't affect me all that much.
That was good.
Yeah, it's good.
Keep it that way.
Yeah, until it does affect me to a point where I get fast.
I know.
So like it's either on or off.
I woke up, my bed was moved because I sleepwalked all first time.
Yeah, that sounds like you sleep lifted.
I moved my bed.
With your wife on it?
No. I would have woken up tired on the floor. Can't move a person on a bed. My bed is a big ass. Like
That's what I'm
a wooden
saying. I'm like,
bed.
at this point, the addition of your wife will be inconsequential to the overall weight that you're moving.
No, definitely. But I just don't know what would make me move my bed.
Yeah, but you've done a bunch of weird things. Like, what made you unscrew the post of your bed?
No clue.
I've done that. I've actually tested it out before.
Takes a minute.
There are rotations
It's
in
like
that move.
20 plus rotate. It takes a while. You're like, I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know how I did while I was sleeping. Was I like just walking or holding and running around? I've ripped clothes in half.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the fun stuff.
You should sleep in a gi and see if you can rip that, because that would be scary as frick.
I don't mind telling you now. Shoot. I was very sensitive about this when I was younger, which is like only 4 years ago. But I had a nightmare where like something had attacked my crotch. And if you know what I mean, right?
Right.
So I woke up and I was like, by the time I came to, I had ripped my jean hole.
You sleep in jeans?
This time I did.
Okay, interesting.
And the heat from the jeans made me uncomfortable, hence making me dream that like a snake or a serpent or something crazy.
A very extreme reaction to heat.
And I actually ripped a bit of jean, which I didn't even think was possible.
Right.
Like my button I had torn off and stuff. And I was like literally, yeah, it gets wild.
That's interesting. And I wonder.
Yeah, tell me.
If there's a way, right? Maybe you're just like you're a mutant, right, with a superpower that you can only access in
REM sleep or something,
right, or something like that.
Yeah.
And the idea is, maybe a couple more evolutionary steps, like your great grandchildren, they can access it whenever they want,
right?
So they're driving and they see like a tree that falls over on top of a kid or something.
Right.
And he just gets out and he's like, yeah, he
gets out and he rips his jeans.
He just accessed the Reza power.
Yeah.
He flips that tree off.
I like to think so.
How would you do that? He's like, well, my great grandfather ripped jeans in his REM cycle.
Yes.
And then he eventually found out that it was a superpower, but he was unable to harness it.
That's maybe the thing. Maybe I need to learn how to harness this.
Maybe you need to be able to harness it.
Yeah. Maybe I need to be sleepwalking and have somebody be able to speak to me to make me do things.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Can you imagine if you were gonna like fight someone, and then when you're about to fight him, you envision him like as an animal of some sort,
right?
And you fought him with the same amount of desperation and power that you would have fought a lion.
Ooh. Well, I do visualize that person had done something ridiculously. When I'm going into tournaments, I make up a backstory.
That is very scary.
Well, that's what I got to do, though. Like, that's Mike Tyson used to do that, right? Yeah. He used to think he's like the lead, like Troy. Like, he used to think he's like Achilles, like the lead warrior going to fight the lead warrior. So I used to just think about like this shit. Like this guy. And I would like just envision like he says something like horrible about my religion or something about my mom.
Good Lord, dude.
Or whatever. And then I would trounce them. I would be way more aggressive than a gentleman would be.
Right.
Right. It would allow me to do crazy things.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm ever going to go to that level.
But you have to if you want to.
If you want to go blue, if you
want to go full mutant and figure out like you'll gas yourself, but you want to get yourself so angry like every hair is standing up. Look, actually even just thinking about it, I could do it. Cuz then you want to just do it on command after a while.
See, so you've already harnessed this. Why don't you go ahead and harness the other thing?
Cuz I'm sleeping, man.
I'm trying to rest.
Yeah, literally. I'm just trying to stay asleep as long as possible.
Well, whatever. Anyway, that started off with the positive of Islam.
Yeah.
That's all I had to say. Everything else is just regular.
Yeah, I wish they could do something about that parking.
They only have 129 spots or whatever, 122 or something, and that's that.
I had a guy, I was dropping my wife off, and a guy like knocked on me and was like, take it easy. And I was totally taking it easy.
Was that yesterday?
Yeah.
Okay, you were a little animated, bro. This is what happened.
Tell me.
Right? I already parked all the way deep in.
Okay.
And I was walking up so I can take to the right to go back into the masjid. And I saw you drive.
Right.
From far away because of that your left brake light
that's broke for like 4 years.
Forever. Right? I'm like, oh, there's him. So I like try to quicken my pace so I get at the same time. And then I reach your car at the same time that you're trying to do a left turn.
Yeah.
And I can see you getting frustrated as you're like
He's
waving.
In the middle.
You're like waving people. Like, come on.
It's impossible. And people don't ever wait for cars.
No, they don't.
And at this point, and I did apologize to that guy too. I lowered my window even.
Yeah.
I was like,
oh, I did not see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You try to be Ramadaning it, right? But like no one's trying to wait for you and everybody's trying to get in and you can just be there.
Yeah.
And people are jerks.
People are jerks.
But the parking thing, I feel like, come on, I think humanity needs more solutions, some shrinking area or something. I don't know.
No, I think one family should take only one car as opposed to like four.
There should be like a parking area and then a bus that keeps going back and forth.
You know what? You know how cool it would be if you're just waiting outside and there's a bus that's going to take you to the Tarawih?
Yeah.
That would be fun.
That would be fun. Like a school bus that comes?
Yeah, a school bus that
comes. Can do this. We got enough Muslims, guys.
That'd be great. There would be like
car?
like there would be like certain pickup spots.
Yeah.
Right? And everyone just congregate and they pick you up.
I think that's... Is there money here? Like there's no way a Mudge is going to do this. Is there like, all right, everybody, $250.
Right.
10 like $40 for all of Ramadan.
Yes.
Right? $40. If you think about how many people go to
like
Islam.
Mosque Uber.
Tarawih
Uber. Muber.
Yeah, Muber.
Muber. Okay, cool. Muber.
Uh-huh. And you just get buses. You just need like a route.
Yeah.
You can figure this thing out.
Yeah, I think you could.
Everybody parks at square one. This thing's going from square one to Isna.
Right.
Every 10 minutes.
Right.
It's just going back and forth.
Right. Not every 10 minutes. You just got to do it like the first little bit.
Dude, if everybody paid $40, we can afford this, I think.
Right.
Or do you do after like 2 rakah?
Yeah, you would, you're trying to either hit going to the mosque. Mm-hmm. You want to hit just start of Isha, start of Tarawih, and start of like at the end of 8. Those are the ones that come in, and then going out is around the same time as well.
I got you. We can figure it out. It's only a matter of time. Elon Musk, I wish he was Muslim. He would figure out an underground tunnel or something. It's like...
he would solve it. He's like, all right, cool. I'll just do this as a side project.
Side project. Well, we'll get you right in the sister section. It's all right. You get a separate,
Muber.
All
right. Well, whoever is listening to this, if you come up with the idea, we want at least like 40%.
Free rides. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Like 45%.
Fun times, man.
Yeah.
Fun times. What else is happening with you?
What else is happening to me?
To me.
I'm planning to go to Mauritius. That's coming up soon.
That's good.
So I got to do a little bit of shopping.
Ramadan. And you're going to be doing Eid there or no?
I'm going to do Eid there.
You're going to be doing Eid in a Muslim country. That's special.
It's not a Muslim country, but it's a lot of Muslims there. Yeah.
How many? Like, it's not a Muslim country?
No.
What percentage are you guys?
I don't know. I had to Google it.
Yeah, Google it. That's a good question.
All right.
Because I really want to do Bakr Eid in a Muslim country. And
you want to come to Mauritius?
Well, they're not Muslim apparently. But like, I want to go like to a Bakra Mandi, like a place where you get the goats and you pick it out, and then you like get to hang out with it for a week, and then they slaughter it. I want to do the whole Bakra Eid experience. The Bakra Eid here is wasted, dude. Like, no one's going to Sergeant Farms. Well, some people are. Mm-hmm. But you get your meat in a box. That's so different than what I remember as a kid. It was so much fun.
Right.
You don't even know. That's why you're like, right.
No, I mean, I know Mauritius, they have that too. They get, you get a cow, you put in your front lawn.
Yeah.
Or front court area.
Yeah, you have somebody come assassinated on Eid.
Right.
I saw a camel get put down.
Okay, so Hinduism is number 1 at 48%.
Okay, that's not a lot. 48. What's next?
32% Christianity.
Whoa, okay, that's 70% gone.
Yeah.
80, that's 80% gone.
Yeah, Islam is 17%.
Oh man, you guys are a minority.
But you know what's interesting?
Yeah.
Like Muslims used to be like a powerful force in Mauritius. That's the reason why it seems like it almost is. Like, you get adhans like that are like blared loudly, and Muslims are I feel like, at least when I'm there, it feels like Muslims are much more present or like seen.
Yeah, right.
Right. There's a lot of us, specifically in a couple spots.
Probably.
Beaches.
Yeah.
You can see a lot of Muslims with a lot of groups.
Got
Food courts.
right.
All over the place.
Right.
And
Visible
of course,
areas.
And then like mosques and stuff. Because like Christians don't go to mosques as much as like Muslims do. I don't think there's any
Christians don't go to churches.
There we go.
Yeah.
That
Christians probably definitely don't go to mosques.
definitely don't go to mosques. Yeah.
That's interesting. In Texas, they have like night churches. Like churches are lit 24/7 sometimes.
Right.
People are going there all the time.
You guys got mega churches.
Yeah, like good 8,000. Like the church is a size. You're like, is that a mall? Oh, that's a church. Wow. When is it full? Just Sunday? Really? Like that. There's at least like 4 or 5 of those. And sometimes they'll close one and they'll be like, we're just going to do the service at the Astrodome, which is like the Air Canada Center.
Right.
And they just put like 10 to 20,000 people in there. And
Just a regular Sunday service.
Regular Sunday service.
Okay, because like we need to do Eid for us to get like a Skydome.
Yeah, this is Sunday to Sunday, and they can afford it.
Well, there's a lot of Christians.
There's a lot of Christians, and just let them be happy in their churches, man. Don't poke no bears.
What are they like? They're not like, they're like, turn the other cheek. They're not super militant.
No, but like when there's like playoffs and like, there's a Sunday game. Sometimes whoever the churchgoers are like, hey, what's with these sports taking over our Sundays? And they get really riled up about that sometimes.
I feel like they already lost that. Or maybe they're winning it now because no one watches football anymore.
You know what?
But like football is the Sunday sport.
Yeah, but the weird thing about some Christians is that they will protest things. Like they protested Harry Potter. Like Harry Potter had protesters outside when I watched it in Texas. Like that's the kind of stuff that happens.
I wonder why.
Because they're wizards and witches. And that's counter. I don't know if they saw the movie at all, but to them, this was like witches. We're friggin' glorifying witches.
Yeah, but like the thing is that you're glorifying something that's completely made up. Like it's not like in the Bible it says, it's bad to be a witch.
Maybe it does.
I really don't think they ever.
Probably something to do with magic.
Right.
Like, people find a way.
I get that because Muslims. There's a lot of Muslims that had problems with Harry Potter.
Yeah.
But not that much. I feel like we've come a long way.
I think we got bigger problems.
Yo, that's sad.
It is sad.
Every Ramadan, there's like a big thing that happens to like a Muslim country.
Yeah, man. Well, there's, what the thing is?
Floods.
Every Ramadan, there's something happens. Every year, every month, there's something
There's something
bad.
happening.
But
Yeah,
like
that's
in
true.
Ramadan, it's just more.
It feels like it hurts more.
It hurts more.
Yeah.
Because people are hungry.
Quick shout out to Islamic Relief if you're listening. Not Islamic Relief listening, but if you're listening and you need to make like a quick donation.
Yeah,
If you got to do fidya, exactly. If you got to do anything, if you're going to try to get rid of your zakah, not get rid, like do your zakah stuff,
Yeah.
just go to Islamic Relief. It's easy.
It's pretty organized too. I like it. I went there like a few days ago. And
You can donate within seconds.
donate within seconds. I wish they could just tap, where you could just tap your screen.
Dude, have you seen those tap like pay stations in the mosques? there?
Yeah.
I forgot what it's called, but it's got
something with a Z.
yeah.
Zabumafu. I don't think it's Zabumafu.
But yeah, that's the new age. That's the way how you can.
It's so quick.
yeah.
$20, tap it. Do I want an email receipt? Sure, yeah, give that to me.
Yeah.
I'd like some tax money back.
right. I feel like I know a friend that knows the people that made that.
My brother was making a competitor to this, but this thing just came out with a gusto and just is everywhere now.
Right.
And Omer now is like, I'm just trying to get my money back. I put my $600 in this
Oh no.
startup.
Yeah, it really did come out of nowhere because like at first it was nowhere.
Yep.
And then one weekend, one Friday, I'll go to Jumma at Burlington. And I see it there. I'm like, oh, I remember they were talking about it. It's here.
Yeah.
And then on Saturday, I show up for Tarawih in
Toronto
Isna,
Masjid
and
too.
it's there as well.
It's Toronto Masjid as well. And it doesn't take up a lot of space.
Yeah, it's
just
fun.
like a touchpad in the wall with the screen. It's perfect.
Yeah, it's good.
It's beautiful.
Man, if only people would donate more. You know what I always thought would have been interesting?
What?
You got to donate based on your car.
All right. Elaborate, please.
Okay, so you drive into the parking lot.
Right.
Right. Parking is free at all these masjids.
Yeah.
Whereas parking for other places, you had to pay.
Okay.
Some places, right? You had to
Right.
pay.
Sure.
Right. So
Astroworld, like
if you,
Wonderland.
if you had to like if you roll in with an E-Class Benz, right? Immediately you can look at it, you can do a quick Google, you find out how much it costs, how much it's worth, right?
Yeah.
Your donation for this masjid,
Right.
if you've never donated to this masjid before,
Right.
is according to your car.
I agree with you 100% as a driver of a 2005 Civic. Because you should pay me for bringing this thing here. It could have broken down.
You know? If you, like, the better you are, that's it.
Yeah, the more money you got, you pay a little bit more. Well, I guess that's what you're supposed to do.
Right. They should have like a membership. It's just it's a one-time a year membership fee for you to come to ISNA. Because you use the water, you use the air conditioning, you use the heater when you show up. These are all benefits
They got
that you use.
volunteers. We should give them like a toonie every now and then.
Something.
Yeah. give
So
them
like
shawarma.
you should pay. Every year you should pay something. I'm not saying that people don't. Obviously people do. That's the reason why
But
the
you're trying to
mosque
make
is
it mandatory.
Yeah, for
People
sure.
don't like that word, but that's what you're doing.
Yeah, you know what? Who gives a crap?
Yeah, it's a little bit. Some people can afford it.
Yeah.
The people with the nice cars can.
Some people can afford it to a point where they would pay it on the way in, and on the way out, they forgot they even paid it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
People are balling.
Some people are balling.
Yeah,
I see them.
man. But you know what? Maybe they just wait until that 27th night, and then they
whip out that whole $10,000.
like $170,000 after
Yeah,
they're done.
some people will do that, and you see that hand go up beside you. You're like, "Who are you?
What do you do?
What do you do? Do you know me? You want to be friends?"
You want to come on the podcast? Talk about
Yeah. I like it when like they'll start the donation thing.
I like the highest number,
And
50 G's.
like something ridiculous,
Yeah.
and somebody's hand goes up immediately. You're like, "Who is this guy?"
He was waiting for that moment.
Yeah.
was
You
waiting
own all the Paramounts? You do? Okay. Sorry.
Paramount is they're gonna own. Do they own the Hershey Center, or they just change the name to get the
They
rights?
just changed the name. Nobody's owning the Hershey Center. You're just buying the name rights.
I see.
Still,
Pretty cool.
that's amazing. I'm going to go there, pick up some short ribs right after this.
Let's talk about the quality of Paramount. Okay, so
Sure.
before we get to the quality of Paramount,
Okay.
we were making a plan to do an iftar,
Right.
right?
With a bunch of us, like
bunch of
about
us.
like eight of us or so.
Right, on a WhatsApp group.
Yeah.
Right. I love my friends, but it was very frustrating. And normally I don't look at the group very often, right? I just kind of wait until the solution happens, and then I will say yes or no. But because this was food related and I was hungry,
You paying attention.
I was paying attention.
Yeah.
Right? Because I wanted to see Nazia and I wanted to be able to eat some good food.
Right.
And so all it was pitches and then counter pitches and then reasons why the current pitch wouldn't work, but no one wanted to commit to anything.
No, and you know what? My palate is making decisions as this is happening. And I'm like, I'm getting excited about this.
Exactly.
And I was like, I just got excited about this. Why are we saying this now?
When Paramount was mentioned, I was like, I know exactly what I want to get from there. This, that. Plus, they have a shawarma poutine. I was going to hit that too. It's going to be great. Then someone shut that down. And then they talked about some other kebab place. So I went and Googled the kebab place. I looked through it. And I'm like, wow, this is rated pretty high. I already selected what I was going to order. Istanbul kebab. Yeah. I already selected what I wanted. And then I looked
Why are
back.
we doing this to ourselves, by the way? My stomach just protested. I don't know if you heard that, but it was like like Chewbacca. Though, it was like, oh.
Selected what I wanted. Looked back on the thing. And they're like, we shouldn't go to a Muslim place. We should go to a non-Muslim place where it'll be easier to get seats.
It's true.
Why don't we go for sushi? Oh, no. You know what happens when you speak sushi to me.
Yeah.
I know exactly where I want to go. I was already going through my entire all-you-can-eat order.
Yeah.
And then they were like shutting that down. There's a problem. Anyway, we eventually went to a sushi place. Yeah. But
Was it the whole? You're like, what was I gonna say after this?
no. I'm just saying, it was okay. But I feel like I would have enjoyed Paramount. I don't know if it was because it was the first thing that was pitched, or like I really wanted something more warm.
It's hearty.
Yeah,
It's bread and
like
meat.
I wanted like beef or chicken or something along those lines. But what is this? I hear a lot of people talking about how like Paramount is not as good as before, and I'm thinking to myself, is this just contrarian because now it's a big thing?
It's totally contrarian. It was the same with Osmos. It's the same with everything. They'll just start picking at it. It used to be better. Nothing's changed. It used to be better. Okay, fine. What's good? You want to be hip? That's what they're trying to do. They're like, I know a good place.
Yeah.
Is this thing that's going to open in 2 years or some crap?
Sometimes you don't want to go in a hole in the wall. You want to go to a place that has like big spaces, big chairs, big everything. You just show up and eat.
Right. I can't go to a Muslim place during Ramadan, man. It's too packed.
It's too packed?
Because the amount of agitation you're going to face just waiting for your table will ruin your rosa to a certain extent.
Right. I once went to barbecue tonight. Actually, I'm going to go to barbecue tonight for iftar on Tuesday.
Horrible idea.
This is where the coworkers. So I'm just going to go.
You got a reservation?
I don't know if you make reservations.
You are insane. You are insane.
Anyway, the last year I went.
Stop. I know you got a story. I'm going to interrupt it. You're going with coworkers this time?
Yes.
They're going to think less of us as a culture, and they're going to lump you in with it.
No. It's all brown Muslims.
Okay. Yeah. Well, all right, cool. Yeah. Last year you went.
Yeah. It was
no way you're going to get to see Yasin.
I don't.
You're going to get to eat at Isha.
It was in a tent. So like they had like the the actual restaurant, and they made like the like a tent
outside
section.
tent.
Yeah, exactly. So we were sitting down over there.
All right.
And anyway, right after iftar, people prayed outside on the carpet beside the big ass barbecue that they cook all that good kebabs. And then
papaya meat.
Yes. Oh man, it's so good. Anyway, you go back inside, and we're lining up.
Right.
Now the thing is that the lineup is happening. So there's a long table, and then there's a lineup that's starting up. Right. Yeah. Now the lineup is in such a way that it's also right beside a door. And then there's some people who are finishing prayer. So there's people who didn't pray, and they're already lining up for food.
Right.
And then there's people who finish prayer, and then they're lining up through the door because that's how you get back in. Now, because there was no space to get back in and then go all the way to the end of the line, they thought that, like, all right, we'll just join up the line from here because there's a big lineup of everyone who prayed.
Yeah.
Now, there were some people who were not happy about the extra 5 people that would be in front of them as a result of that.
Oh, man.
There was legitimate arguments about the fact that they are cutting line for food that everyone is going to get. There was plenty of food.
Yeah.
And it was so gross.
Yeah. Sorry, man. People get, is that you?
No, yeah.
All right, I'm sorry. Yeah. People get ugly over food, man. And also, whenever somebody feels like they're getting cut in line, it could be about nothing. There could be nothing at the end of the line.
Yeah.
At the end of the line is a cliff that you jump off. Yeah. But as long as somebody feels slighted, they're like, I was here first to die.
It's like the thing is that if you take just one step back, just one step back. Hey man, if you get no food over here, can you not go to the next, like a place just down the street and get food? Like, is this the last train out of Vietnam?
Helicopter, but yeah.
Thank you.
I'm like, that train gets you to friggin' Cambodia, and that's not much better.
But like, it really isn't that big of a deal.
Yeah. No, it's definitely not, man.
Right, but like, why would you get so ugly about it?
Yeah.
Also, I couldn't help but judge them.
Right.
Because it was skinny people that was kind of cutting in the line. Yeah. But I understand like how it wasn't
they were trying easier than fatter people.
They weren't trying to cut the line. It was just the way how like the logistics of the place. But the people who were getting mad, the 2 people that got mad the most, were very large human beings.
Right.
Who knows? People get hungry.
People get hungry. I get pretty upset when I'm hungry too. If I make a reservation and I wait for half an hour, which has happened at Barbecue Tonight many times.
Right. But you always have to wait there. That you got to know that's going to happen.
Yeah, but it's like sometimes your parents' anniversary and stuff, and you let them know it's for 5 people, and they bring you to a table that's for 3 people.
Oh, I see.
And they just scooted 2 chairs in the side, and you're like, this is obviously for 3 people.
Right.
And they're like, well, it's going to be another half an hour. I'm like, I just waited half an hour for this table of 3.
Yeah, that I reserved.
Yeah, that I reserved by calling you.
It's a problem.
It's a problem.
Yeah, you can't solve your problems by just choking them, though.
I know. No, that's not going to get your food there faster.
No, it's not.
Plus, the food is good. So you're
so good.
So good, unfortunately.
Can't wait for Tuesday.
Can't wait for Tuesday.
Man, we got to stop doing. Why? You know what? Inevitably, every time we do a run,
we shouldn't have started talking about like Ramadan because it was gonna get to food, and by the end of it, it's like you just want to watch pictures of food for a while.
Dude, that's what's going to happen. Ramadan podcasts for us are, just maybe a couple notches lower on the energy scale because we're tired.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing that's on the mind.
Can I tell you what I'm having for iftar?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
All right, sorry.
And I want to know what you're having in the mornings too.
Mornings are pretty ho-hum. I'll tell you what I'm having though. Yeah. I'm having avocados. I'm going high on fats. So avocados, eggs, and something that binds it all together. Either a little bit of rice or a little bit of bread of some sort.
How are you having your
eggs?
Eggs.
I like it with the sunny side up.
Sunny side up, not over easy. Okay.
Not over easy. Or I'll have the yolk a little bit cooked. But generally, sunny side up is great. And I'm loving avocados. I'll make some avocado toast.
Oh wow.
I'm just gonna pass out right now. And then I'll have some yogurt.
Okay. That is a lot of food in the morning, bro.
Yeah, I'll eat until literally I'm feeling nauseous. But that's what I gotta do.
That's what you gotta do, yeah.
You
got no stores.
I got no storage right now. I started at 141, I'm down to 138.
Lord have mercy.
It's day 4 or 5.
Yeah.
4 or 5? Whatever.
You're gonna disappear by
Yeah. So alhamdulillah, I've already donated all the money so I don't have to fast anymore, but I plan to keep them all.
Right.
But if I get to 132, I just gotta stop.
Yeah.
Because I can't get to 132. I feel like that's dangerously low for my height.
Yeah. It's interesting that you can lose, like, I've lost no weight.
I'm in bad shape. Like, something's wrong with me, actually.
Right. I don't think you're in bad shape. I think that there's something odd.
Yeah.
It's like a tapeworm the size of like...
No, stomach feels normal. Everything's normal. Like, something's wrong. I'm actually not in bad shape in terms of physically. Like, something's wrong with my body, I feel like.
Yeah, because...
You shouldn't be able to lose, 3 pounds in 4 to 5 days. That shouldn't happen, but it is happening. And I'm eating a lot. So, like, that's breakfast. And generally, my iftar is... On the weekends, it's different because, you're here in Mississauga at home.
Yeah.
I'll have, a lot of fruit, avocados, and some protein. And then 2 hours later, I'll have, a steak or short ribs.
Holy, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm having 3 square meals, and I'm still losing weight.
Oh, man.
But then again, I drink more water than anybody else I know. I drink so much water where my doctor told me that I need to slow it down a little.
You're losing your electrolytes.
She said that's the main reason I sweat so much and possibly for the reason I sleepwalk. Because I have so much reserve in water when I go to sleep, I wake up sweaty and my body's trying to it just lets go of all this water and it makes me uncomfortable when I'm sleeping. And
More than 2 liters?
Yeah, so I used to drink at my peak 2 gallons of water a day. So a gallon has how many liters? Okay, Google that.
Yeah.
But that's what I used to like to do.
Okay, Google. 2 gallons of water in 2 liters. You gotta wait for her.
Push it now. She listened.
The U.S. gallon is used in the United States and is equal to exactly 231 cubic inches or 3.7854111784 liters.
Jeez, that is
3?
Yeah, 3 liters.
Jeez.
Yeah, 1 gallon. 1 gallon is 3 liters.
Yeah, I'm not even bragging about it, but
at this point, I think you have a problem.
Yeah, no, even before Ramadan, I'm drinking at least a gallon plus. Yeah. And the reason I know that I was drinking 2 gallons, because I would fill up 2 gallons, and that's what I would use, and it'd be out.
Right. Okay, that's a lot of water.
It was weird, but this Ramadan, alhamdulillah, I'm eating a lot, and now iftar today is short ribs, burgers with cheese already cooked into it.
Oh man, you making that from scratch?
No. I'm buying all of this.
Okay.
I got a meat grinder, but I haven't figured out how to use it to make burgers yet.
Yeah.
You got to do 15% fat and then the rest of it meat. But I don't know what the ratio is. I want to figure out how to toss in onions and jalapenos and stuff and cheese in there.
Oh, you can do that.
Yeah, you can.
So you don't have to do the chopping. It just does it for you.
You know how the meat grinder thing. So you can just throw in when it gets like that before you make the patties.
Yeah.
You just throw in the onions and stuff and the cheese.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And what I would recommend is make the patty and just squeeze in the cheese afterwards. The rest of it you can just chop up and make the patty like that, but just squeeze in the cheese afterwards. Yeah. See? Why are we doing this, brother? But yeah, tonight is.
I like that this is just an interesting experience. I mean, like a experiment
Yeah.
to see like what happens because we're gonna do another one right now.
Yeah, we'll do another podcast and see if we can not talk about food at all. Right. We're gonna be talking about The Rock and then be like, "Did you see what he ate?"
His cheat meals are a thing of legend.
You know what I like about The Rock? His biceps look delicious. You just want to bite into it.
Man, The Rock.
The Rock. Is there a segue to The Rock happening?
There is actually. There's a
if The Rock fasted. Right? Would he just deflate? Like, would he lose 40 pounds?
So like, no, this is like literally a black hole would be created somewhere.
The Rock would not. He would be like, I will pay for 800 people to eat this month because that's how much food I eat. And I'm just going to keep eating.
Yeah, The Rock probably eats like 3,000 calories a day, right?
Yeah, he easily eats 3,000 to 4,000. Easily.
Yeah.
I think he
Of just like chicken breast.
Yeah, just steaks and chicken breasts. I saw his Instagram when he was eating pancakes.
Yeah.
It was like a stack of like 8 or 12 pancakes.
Along with like 2 pizzas.
And he wouldn't just eat one. He just cut into 8 of them. And he would eat half and half. Like that was like 4. I was like, damn, Mark.
I mean, he's a beast. So it is what it is. I actually wanted to talk about this situation now that we're talking about The Rock.
Yeah.
I'm completely off the the Conor train.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of Conor anymore.
All right.
I feel like Conor needs to do something for him to win back fans.
Okay.
Obviously, he has his fans.
Right.
He just doesn't have me.
Right. He's got all of Ireland.
Right. Yeah, because whatever.
Right. Who else do they have?
But
Leprechauns?
but at the same time, I feel like because I follow him on Instagram, and after that thing, the throwing of the garbage can and the attempted throwing of a barricade,
right,
and then the throwing of a chair into a bus and all that stuff, and then
he was trying to throw a barricade and somebody stopped him.
Yeah,
if somebody didn't stop him, that thing looked like it would have gone through.
Yep,
that is a metal barricade for God's sakes. Also, that dude picked up a metal barricade over his head, no problem. How angry are you?
It's funny because as he was trying to throw it, the other guy like caught it and was like, no, put this down.
Put this down. As soon as he put that, he's like running to the next thing like a kid, you know?
Yeah, fine. I'll do okay. Yeah. The thing is that after that, Conor starts posting on Instagram. Family. Takes a picture with his kid.
Right.
Love my wife. Take a picture with my wife. And he's not even flossing with money anymore. Now it's just him being like, he's a home name.
Yeah.
He's just a regular guy. Who didn't do probably copious amounts of blow just for him to throw shit at a bus.
It's crazy.
So that feels disingenuous to me. And then also, he's going to get away with it because he's the biggest star, right?
Yeah, that's exactly the reason, bud.
Because Yair Rodriguez, small little Mexican guy, turns down 2 fights.
Yep.
And Dana White is like, you out.
Yeah.
Peace.
It's not even that, man. The thing is that if Conor wasn't Conor, a commission would just suspend him.
Yeah.
A commission would just be like, Conor's throwing... There's only a few people that get to like throw beer cans and throw things at buses. And that's because whenever Conor comes to a state or a province...
Everyone gets paid.
Everybody eats.
Yeah.
And you can't suspend him too much because then he's not going to want to fight in your state. And then you lose a lot of revenue, and you have a budget. You have to actually hit a revenue. It's crazy.
Yeah, but if the thing is that the amount of money that you're gonna make off his back is more than you would save by him doing more crazy shit.
Right.
Anyway, so The Rock reposts a thing of like is a documentary on Conor.
Oh, really?
And he's like, yeah. So Conor's the strongest. He's like, he's the hardest worker in the room.
Right.
He's giving him his props, and then Conor saying thank you. And I'm like, but The Rock, you're about being good.
Yeah.
You're like being a good guy.
Right.
Right. How are you like?
Maybe Rock doesn't know it. That wasn't in the documentary.
Condoning.
I don't think if you follow MMA, you know any of that really happened.
Really? No, that hit international news.
Only in sports.
Like international sports news, yeah.
Just for a day. It's almost, other people were telling me it looks like a stunt.
Yeah.
It looks like everybody was in on it. I was like, no, people got hurt.
Yeah,
people got glass in their face.
Hard no on stunt.
But people I talked to, they were like, oh, it was a stunt. I was like, no. I was like, I know stunt gone wrong, but it went way over the line.
Yeah. No, he was mad.
Michael Chiesa's head was bleeding.
Yeah.
Anthony Pettis couldn't fight Michael Chiesa.
Yeah.
That's tens of thousands of dollars both of these guys were counting on.
Yeah. Michael Borg's got cuts in his cornea.
Yeah.
Ugh.
That's no bueno.
Yeah. Anyway.
And that's all of this because Khabib cornered Artem Lebov and was like holding him in this aggressive manner.
Right.
And
It's
like,
do you call
said
me a
some
bitch?
shit.
You
Yeah.
call me a bitch? If you want to say that,
Yeah.
you just say it to me right now.
Yeah.
And what's more more scary about that whole situation
Yeah.
is that the Muslim guy is speaking Russian to another Russian. So it feels like the intensity of when you get two Russian guys talking in Russian
Yeah.
about some stuff, it feels like it's a lot more threatening.
Yeah. It's just like two Arab guys talking in Arab
Yeah.
in an angry manner. You're like, oh no.
Yeah. That being said, I'm flipping from topic to topic here. I'm sorry, Brian.
It's all right. There's no focus today.
There's a lot of comics right now that are doing the whole Russian voice.
Yeah.
And the thing is that I'm a little annoyed by it because I thought that there was one particular guy that did the first Russian joke,
Okay.
right? It was Dan Soder,
Yeah.
right? And that was an early joke from a small little 5-minute bit that he did for like a late night show.
All right.
And I went to see Trevor Noah do stand up a little while after.
Yeah.
And Trevor Noah had like his closing joke
Yeah.
for that special was the Russian voice.
I thought
And
it was an eerily similar bit.
way too close for
Yeah.
comfort. And no one called him out on it.
I'm sure somebody called him out on it.
Perhaps.
Maybe-
But, like it wasn't a big thing.
Maybe Sauter did.
I don't even think Soder would. I don't think comics call out their own stuff as like they generally don't.
I don't know what the protocol is, but you're probably right.
Yeah.
I think the Russians are easy targets right now. It's easy to do that voice,
Yeah.
right? And that culture has some really fun stereotypes in terms of being scary.
Right. And it's white, so you can do it without.
You can do it.
Yeah.
No
you
guilt.
No guilt.
You're not doing that with other people. You can't do that with Asians. You can't do that with brown people.
Yeah.
But if you're white, it's like the Germans. Like you can do that from back
The
in the
Germans. Yeah, I had a little bit of a problem with that. Dude, have you got I don't know if you're avoiding Netflix at all during this month, but did you finish watching the stand-ups part 2, season 2?
No, I saw like 5 episodes of stand-ups now, but I haven't seen season 2 yet.
Okay.
I watch it.
Kyle Kinane.
Oh, I haven't even heard of these people.
I believe his name is Kyle Kinane.
Jeez, there's so many comics now.
So good. Out of the 2 seasons,
Yeah.
his special is by far, like his special should have been a special by itself.
All right,
He
I'll
shouldn't
check it
even
out.
be on the show.
I'll check it out.
He was so good. He has an entire 25-minute bit about the KKK and the guacamole.
I'm down. I don't even know how those two things fit together.
It's ridiculous. It's one
I'm
of those
down.
things. All right. You want to tie this up?
Let's tie it up, put a bow on it.
We should go have like a nap or something.
Yeah, let's watch a video about something that's not food related and come back and take it up from there.
Sounds
Because
good.
most of this was like, yeah, food related. We started off with Ramadan, but it just became like, what's going to make your mouth water? This? Mine's this.
All right, people. Hopefully you're having a good fast because this episode is probably going into like 3rd week of Ramadan. So everyone should probably be used to it. But yeah, hang in there. You're very close to the end. We'll be back in a week. Take care of yourselves. Good night.